Morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the morning stream. Every single day we're here looking at the markets, forex, crypto, whatnot. If you're new, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Cool stuff is coming. Other videos, not only lives. It's gonna be very interesting. Today we have a quite okay show, I would say. We had FOMC nothing burger yesterday. Then we have the DXY pushing higher and higher. We're almost at a level that I've been talking about for a while, which is super exciting for Bitcoin. I have a New Zealand dollar trade. And I have a Kaspa RUNE short that we were talking, RUNE long and Kaspa short that we've been talking about the other day as well. So let's get into it, hey? So let's look at this here, what we have. First of all, I want to look at Banter Bubbles. If you do not use Banter Bubbles, you are missing out. I'm going to have a link in the description. This is a pretty freaking cool platform. You can see everything that's happening on the market, a great representation that we had a great week, and also we are kind of bleeding down on the day. Which is cool is that you can come, for example, let me look at RUNE, because we're going to talk about RUNE, and I can just come in here, I connect my Twitter, and then I can just add that, hey guys, I can just comment and chat, hey guys, I'm live and talking about RUNE. So you can come in here, you can put links, whatnot, you can just post it in here, yeah, and then it shows up, and then you can chat and discuss with people. It's pretty interesting tool you should look at. Market is up, IMX is just pumping, everybody's talking about it. RUNE is down, this will be an interesting buy. Other than that, we're kind of like mixture. Let's look at the economic calendar, as every day we talk about what is for the day. So today we see, guys, do you hear me right? Everything is cool? What's happening? Let me know in the chat. Of course, if you're new, subscribe, like, do all that. So what happened today is that very early or late for me is that there was the GDP quarter to quarter in New Zealand, and that actually came in way higher than forecasted. So that's very good. It's more than double what the forecast was, and that means that the economy is strengthening, and that actually puts a lot of attention and demand to the currency. So so this is why it's going to be interesting to look at the trade that I'm bringing you on that. Let's look at the DXY. Oh yeah, otherwise very important. Today is like a massive day. Again, like I talked about this in the beginning of the week on Monday, that it is a massive week. We have in Switzerland some happening, monetary policy in the UK, unemployment claims in the States. This is not that important, but it is very important in terms of, I mean, it is very important. It is impacting the markets, but it's not potentially not going to have that big of an impact as the unemployment rate, for example, the increase in the unemployment rate. So this basically shows you how many people applied for employment benefits during the past week. So obviously if it comes in, it also says it here. Actual less than forecast is good for currency, meaning if the actual is less, so less people apply for unemployment, means the economy is, is strong, and that puts demand on the dollar. Now let's look at the DXY. So first of all, I don't recommend really to trade much today with the dollar, I mean the US dollar, because of this. But let's look at the DXY, which is super interesting. So I want to show you something that I have. Actually, let me just take the music down here. I want to show you this little clip here. This is what I've been talking about 5 days ago. Look at this. So we are potentially going to see a push towards 106, 108, and I'm just going to draw it here as well, like something like this. We're probably going to see, I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but I know that we're going to see, like a push into the, how should I do this nicely? I should do it like this. Yeah, so basically I'm explaining that we are going to see a push to the 106, 108 region. What is important is that I have talked about this level for a very long time now, for weeks now, that the DXY has to achieve a daily equilibrium. And when we started the dump here, I even said on the show that this is a point of interest where we're potentially going to pull back and then push from there. That actually happened very nicely. I did not trade this because of the FOMC, but throughout the FOMC, we had a decent push. We built up liquidity on top. I talk a lot about this as well. We built up liquidity on top, and then we took that. We had a little bit of vickery here, fuckery, and then we're moving on. So I'm still expecting the DXY to come up to the 106, 108. Maybe today's events or this week will be able to push us to that level, and that would be pretty interesting. Guys, I see we have 6 people watching. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm on a mission, and there are daily shows coming out, and there will be additional videos coming out. Everything is gonna happen. I'm super stoked about doing this. So subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let me know in the chat, let me know in the comment. Go to YouTube and let me know in the comment if you're here, if you want me to look at any coins or forex pairs, or if you want any of my take on anything. Let me know, and I'm happy to do that. So DXY, that's basically it about the DXY. I'm waiting for it to push and potentially start rejecting from 106, 107.8-ish region. But as I said, all this is premium. Now I see that my my New Zealand trade is running, so I'm gonna run through this, and I want to show you why I'm gonna take this trade, and you can take it as well. I will take this trade now. So first of all, we are in a very, very strong. Let me just take the trade first. Actually, let's wait for. Okay, we need a confirmation. One more confirmation. So I'm gonna guide you through this. So first of all, we are in a major demand zone on the daily. This was where the inefficiency started, as you see as well. Big candles with big inefficiencies. We have one here, and we had one here before it got mitigated. But this is the level that has not been mitigated that much yet, and we are coming down. We could not mitigate it in a way where we mitigate and break a recent high. So here, for example, we have a decent bounce from here. And from here, as you see, it literally comes to this level. Look at this, where the inefficiency starts and then starts bouncing, but we could not break the major structural point. So we always got to look for a 50% retracement, right? And we could not break that level. We have liquidity up here, we have liquidity here, we have all the way, and then we went into this choppiness down here, and we are going to see a push through this level, in my opinion. So we are in a daily strong demand, and if you go down on the 1 hour, you will see that we actually wigged to the bottom here and immediately made a market structure shift, which will be here, so which indicates a very strong reversal. So what I want to see is that I wanted to see this decision point. What is it? This was a decision point because you push through the structure here on, this is the 4 hour, but you push through here on the 15-minute as well, and then you have to come back down, right? So we were building a liquidity here, a buy side liquidity. You can call it a flag, but this is like buy side liquidity building, still pushing, and then it's creating liquidity for it to come back down, and this is what we saw. I am actually going to get in on this trade right now. So I'm going to take a position. It will retrace, in my opinion. It will retrace. Let me just do this here. So I am actually, because we took this high here, I think that the liquidity is going to be taken very, very fast. So we might see a reversal. I'm not sure when or how. We might add to our position lower. So I just entered this position right here. Yes. So this is the position I am taking and targeting. It's tricky because I'm targeting at least this level here, which would be like a 1 hour major level. Let's look at it on the 15-minute. Yeah, this is a big dark mole candle. I'll probably just target these regions. So I would go for 1 to 3. Let me see what it shows on the 5-minute. Yeah, so this is the region, but we took that already. So this should actually be flying. So I'm expecting this to go higher, much higher, because we took this here. So this could be actually, this is what I'm gonna target. Sorry, this is what I'm gonna target. If you follow my content, you know that I will sell. Let's target 50% this week around here. I will sell 80% of my position at 1 to 3, which will be around. Where was that? 1 to 3. Yeah, so which will be around here. So I am going to set a sell around this region. Let me just look at it and mark it as target. So I'm going to sell 80% of my position here. But this is a great trade that you can take if you want. Yes, I just wanted to show this to you because it is running right now. Okay, great. The reason why I'm also confident taking this is because, again, just following it up, is because we are in a daily demand, massive daily demand. massive 4-hour demand. We have a very, very decent 5-minute MSS here, a 15-minute and an hourly MSS here, market structure shift, and then a very decent retest, and then a very, very nice MSS down here in a very great point of interest. So this is a great trade in my opinion, and you should be taking it. I'm gonna set my stop loss as well because I haven't done that yet. Stop loss 79,619. You gotta look for, depending on where you're trading, you gotta look for the levels yourself, but this is the basic idea that you can work from. And then I'm just gonna put this in because we can easily see a reversal on the 1 minute. So let's look at the 1 minute and see, we could see a reversal and a little bit retest to this region right here. If that happens, this will be my second exit, entry right here around these levels. It is likely that we are going to see it because we took liquidity now and we left a lot of liquidity here. Not a lot, but we did leave liquidity. So this will be my second entry if we retrace to this level. All right, so let's get into the rest of the show. So I talked about the DXY. I'm still expecting the DXY to push up, and that push, guys, let me know in the chat what's up. Let me know in the comment section. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Very important. So did you see that I had a new title today? Like, you know, I had a new tile today, which is pretty cool in my opinion. You know, upgrade. So this DXY here is going to push. We're gonna push into this 106, 107. I talked about this. I'm not gonna talk about it again. But what did happen is that I talked about the total market cap approaching the 4-hour high. This is what I said. This 1.07, 1.08 region. Trillion region, and a potential rejection, unfortunately. So a push here and then a rejection. But this is what we saw actually. So this is what we saw exactly, is a push and the rejection. So I talked about this here. And then we saw the push and we saw the rejection very nicely from the 4-hour point of interest. Now here's the catch. And the same thing applies to Bitcoin as well. And I'm actually going to explain this on Bitcoin rather. But there is a lot of liquidity here. So that means that we're potentially going to retest, but I'm less and less bearish. So whether Bitcoin is going to go down to 19 or 20K or we're going to go to 30, we're going to talk about that just now. So we did see a rejection very nicely on the total market cap. Let's look at Bitcoin. So I tweeted yesterday. I said I'm short, it's worth it. I'll explain to you why I thought that it was worth it. You know, I tweeted this yesterday, 11 hours ago. So the reason why I thought it was worth shorting is because if you look, first of all, FOMC was a nothing burger, like massive nothing burger. And I thought we're gonna see a little bit of volatility, but this was FOMC, this here. Like it's nothing, it's literally nothing. And then everything else happened way after JP's speech and everything. You know, it didn't happen now, it happened way after that. So so the reason why I went short, and I went short exactly here, and I have the tweet here. I said I shorted Bitcoin, which was here. You look at the 5 minute, like it was literally before the dump. And the reason is you start seeing the market with a different eye after some time. So you are going to see the market and look at it and be like, okay, this choppiness ain't right. And the fact that we took liquidity here, we had this massive push up, and then we immediately reversed and came down and took both of these levels. So if you look at the 3-minute chart, you will see that we actually took the high and then we took the low. So this was the low, the internal structure that was responsible for taking this high, this here. Bam, pushed, took this high, and then immediately reversed and took this low. So this was a very strong indication for me that this something is not right. You see here, this is even better here on the 1 minute. I look at the 3 minute on crypto usually, but this is very nice. So look at this. So we had a push here. We took this high. And then we took the low immediately. So that was like, okay, so I was waiting for a retest to this region, but I was like, okay, massive liquidity built up. Look at this. I was massive liquidity built up. We got a dump, and this is why I went short. And indeed, as I predicted, this was the dump that I was waiting for. This is basically liquidation. So all these guys who longed here and put their stop losses got liquidated with this big dump down. But if you look at the higher time frame, I said that I'm expecting, let me just take this in, I'm expecting Bitcoin to come up here and potentially reject. Now it's very important, as we talked about it several times, if you follow my content, you know this already, is that it's important to have if-then scenarios. You always have to have scenarios in your mind for every scenario that might come up. So you have to say, okay, if Bitcoin comes up here and if this happens, then this is what I'm gonna do. Or if Bitcoin comes up here and if it does something else, then that is what I'm gonna do. So So this is what I'm looking at right now. We came up to the point of interest in the 4-hour. This is what I've been waiting for, and I even said that I'm gonna sell my spot position if I see a lower time frame confirmation for rejection. Now, lower time frame for me in this scenario does not mean a 15-minute. For me to touch my spot, it has to be at least a 4-hour confirmation, and even then, I'm not gonna be confident selling until I see a daily confirmation. So here's what I'm looking at right now, and this is why it's a super interesting spot, and this is why I love trading as well, because you cannot know what, nobody fucking knows what's gonna happen, to be very honest. It's just we have different edges that we use. We look at the market, we try to identify what's gonna happen, and that reward, you know, I can say pleasure from being right is just fucking nice. And of course, that's the downside as well, because when you're wrong big time, and this is the only profession that actually takes money away from you when you're wrong. So I don't like that feeling, but you know, you have to have darkness to see the light or appreciate the light. So alpha right here, guys, alpha right here. By the way, follow me on Twitter as well. Follow me on Twitter as well. If you're watching on YouTube for some reason and you follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter as well. So anyway, so what I wanted to say is that Bitcoin is coming down, but the rejection, here we saw the first rejection, right? So this was the first rejection here. Let me go down on the 1 hour. Guys, let me know in the comments if you like this. If you hear me, pop something in the comments. Just say, I hear you. Just say something so I know that you guys are here. I see 4 or 5 people watching it all around the place. I don't know if you're watching it on Twitter or YouTube, so go to YouTube, leave a comment, I appreciate you. Anyway, so this rejection was not enough to break any levels basically. So this was the 1 hour level, this was the 1 hour level, this was a decent level, but this was the real 1 hour main structural point. We couldn't break it. 4 hour, we couldn't break it. So we couldn't break any major level. It was a strong rejection from this region. I actually said that we're gonna come up to the 50% of the wick, which didn't happen. Yeah, we missed it a little bit, but we had a decent rejection, but we couldn't break any. Justin is here. Justin Reason, I love it. Thank you so much for leaving a comment, brother. I appreciate it. Let me just put this up on screen. Justin Reason, doing great, mate. Thank you, brother. Awesome, I appreciate you. So we rejected from the point of interest, but we could not break any major levels, and that's strength right there. That's strength. That means that we are holding strong, and holding strong means, you know, that we are potentially going to just shoot from here. And the reason why I'm more and more bullish, and I took the short, and I might actually close it. I mean, I'm not gonna close it before my level gets my thesis gets invalidated. So I'm still short. My stop loss is at 27,317. That's my stop loss. If I get invalidated, I get invalidated. I'm not gonna sell. But the thing that I see right now is that we do have a lot of liquidity here. So if you want to look at this, like that is also, if you're on a short term, this is like a massive liquidity here, and that tells me that we might see a push before, you know, before continuing down, or just a push in general. Like if you look at this, this is massive. Like the fact that we are holding so nicely and coming down, that indicates that we are holding strong. And we have so the main scenario, and this is why I'm not gonna close my short as well, because on the short term, I'm a little bit bearish. I think this liquidity will be left here for a little bit. I think we created, you know, we have relative equal lows here, which is liquidity. Then we have a trend line liquidity here. So we have stuff to come back for, and there is a decent order block down here. This is a decent point of interest on the 15-minute. So what I'm looking at is that we are going to come down, take all this liquidity, right, and then reverse from there and take the buy side liquidity on top. So I am looking at around 26,550 and 26,370-ish region for us to start reversing. So I see something like this happening, you know, choppiness, come down and then push. Now here's the other thing that we all need to consider, and that is that, first of all, we go 20k. Not likely. Why not likely? Because if you look at the liquidity that's built up also in the higher time frames, so if you look at this trend line liquidity here, that is massive, and liquidity works in a way that market needs liquidity to move. And so if the liquidity is built up here, that means that we are going to take this liquidity, and we have to see what the next point of interest below that liquidity that will serve as a potential reversal point. So if you look at this, this is the liquidity that we are looking at on the main structure, and the order block that was responsible for starting to create this liquidity is around here. Not the perfect level, definitely, but this is a great zone. Now, someone in the comments asked me whether I not consider this fair value gap right here. The reason why I don't, and it's a liquidity void, so we could potentially, this is our next entry, our extreme entry we call it. The reason why I don't consider that void right now is because we have built liquidity up for this order block. So we can easily reverse from here. There is strength here to push the price higher. It has created liquidity. It took liquidity. This void is basically taken from this move down here, and that is a very strong indication for us that we can reverse from here. So what I see is that either we come down to this and then reverse, or we come back down to like 25,700 and then reverse. And the targets, I'm going to talk about the targets in a second, but this is where the thumbnail comes in big. We come down to this level and reverse, you know, or the problem is that we are going to lose it. And what I've been talking about is that this daily support is not going to serve us well. Let me just look at it, point of interest on the daily. Let me clear this out. This is not going to serve us well, and we are going to come back down to the you know, the mentioned levels, potentially all the way down to like $22,000 to $20,000. Not likely, guys, not likely. I do not think we are going to come down. The only problem that I see is that, although not here but on the spot chart, we did create relative equal lows, which was a liquidity. So this wick here is only on spot. It is not present on it's only on perpetual, so futures. It is not present on the spot chart. So if I pull up a spot chart here, I talked about this. If you look at the spot chart, or if you look back at my videos, you will see this wick did not take liquidity. We created relative equals. If we cannot take this high, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I'm gonna look for a reversal here. If we do not see that, then I'll be very cautious on these levels. These should hold also because this is gonna be in the 50%. So we are going to establish on the main structure. This will help us to establish a 4-point contract like this, and push it higher. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's look at Kaspa. I said in Kaspa also, let's look at this. Actually a scenario that could play out. I see it closing above here, then consolidating, coming back to demand, and then pushing even higher, or it actually does come back down to the 50% here. So we close above, we come back. This would be our main point of interest. So if we can close above, this will be my main point of interest. I will definitely be interested in buying here. So potentially something like this, and then a retracement to this 50% here, depending on where that will be. So you got exactly. So basically what I said is that I see Kaspa taking the high here, which did not happen, but it took this high, and I was expecting it to come back down to this region. So I was actually looking at the 15-minute, and I was expecting it to come back down to this region, a 50% on this leg. Now that basically bled through with yesterday's FOMC, but that's good because we are coming back down to the 50% on this leg. Now the reason why I'm not very confident, I'm invested in Kaspa as well, so I bought the token. This is RUNE, sorry. Yeah, I was showing you RUNE previously as well. No, I was showing you Kaspa, exactly. No, it did take the high. What am I talking about? It did take the high. So exactly, so this is what I've been talking about, that it is going to take the high and then come back down. Exactly, sorry. And I was looking at this level, and it did not bleed through. I was looking at the 15-minute, and this level was that bled through. So this was the level that I was talking about on my previous video. You can look back, and this bled through FOMC, and we created relative equal lows, and that paves the way for a very nice retracement to this zone here, which would be like the 1 hour. Guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter. I appreciate all your support, and let me know in the comments if you want me to look at any coins or any forex pairs. I'm gonna do that. Very soon at the end of the video. So Kaspa took the high here, took liquidity. The thing is that with Kaspa is that it's a very it is a great token. So I'm also invested on Spot. It is a great project as far as I know. Again, shout out to Chaos for bringing this up. I am looking at a long down here. I think early longs are going to get trapped, so we might, let me delete this here, so we might actually see a push up to this region and then reject and come back, and then Moon and would be very, very happy if that happened. Why? Because then we can come down and create liquidity on the way down on the 4-hour structure as well. Although I think the likelihood is that we are not going to do this. This is our main high. I think we are going to reject here and come back down, touch onto some kind of demand, potentially this here. And then from here reverse. This would be a very nice trade. Again, take lower time frame confirmation, higher high on like at least on the 5-minute chart, and then that could be a great long opportunity. So watch out for it. Let's see RUNE now. Let's get back to RUNE. I've been talking about RUNE, but I don't have it here for some reason. I think we haven't talked about RUNE yesterday. So, but I was expecting this level to hold. So this level I was expecting to hold, and it bled through again with the whole FOMC thing, most probably. And it is coming down for the 4-hour point of interest. Now, the reason why this is a very interesting 4-hour point of interest is because this could be a great point for us to create the third point of the uptrend on a higher structure on this leg. So we do have this push up and then down and up and down, but on this leg what we could have is we could establish the third point, and that means that this reversal here could be very vicious, especially if you consider the liquidity that is building up right now. So this is actually what we call a trend line liquidity. So you see we have a trend line here and we have a trend line here. This is massive orders being left at those levels. People who short put their stop losses all the way, and that's a great play for us to understand and actually play in with the big money who liquidates these guys at some point. So what we see here is that we have liquidity building up already on the lower time frame, and that is very good because that indicates that the push, when you see this above an order block, when you see liquidity building up above or below an order block, that's a very good indication that the order block is going to hold. So if you identify, let's say, a 4-hour trend, right, you're gonna identify a 4-hour order block, the last bearish and bullish candle before a move, you're gonna say this is my order block here, right? Cool. And then what you're gonna see is that there will be a push in it, and when you see liquidity building up, sell side liquidity building up above a bullish order block, that's a strong indication. And especially the fact that it is at the 50%, guys, this could be a very big trade. Again, we need to take lower time frame confirmation, at least a 5-minute higher high in this zone, made directly. So like when you're coming down like this, it shouldn't be doing, I mean it could, but if it leaves liquidity, you've got to be careful. What we really want to see is we want to see this. It's coming down, it starts consolidating just above the order block, like what we see here, and then we have a wick, and then we have a reversal immediately. That's the good thing that we want to see, and I think we are going to see on RUNE. And then push targets are all the way up here, guys. So this could be like a massive trade. We have to see what the thing is going to be, but we're looking at least 19%. My only concern is that we didn't have strength down here to break above this high. I don't know what this high was. Was it news or not? I don't know. So maybe this is not relevant. Let's look at spot, by the way. You know what? I'm just gonna add spot here. Maybe there was no. Oh yeah, okay. So there was there a wick? Let's look at it. Was there no wick? How will I see this now? I'm not gonna see it. Gotta look at it. Oh, there was a wick. There was a wick. Okay, yeah, that's not good. Yeah. So I don't know what that high was. We gotta watch out for that because there was no strength for it to break that high, which is a problem. So we gotta make sure that we watch out here, but you know, it's a proper risk management. It's a good trade. So let's look at the Euro USD. Again, this is something that I said to you that it's very important for me in this channel to have transparency. This is what I've been talking about a day ago. So yesterday's show, this is what I've been talking about, the Euro USD. Full disclosure, I missed this trade because I don't trade an FOMC, but push up here and then maybe the 50% of this week, I don't know, but potentially around that region. Let's see this. This would be an interesting shorting opportunity for me around 1.0739. Other than that, I'm gonna be getting in long because on a higher time frame. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that I was looking at, we were down here, and what I was looking at is that we are going to see a push to this area up here, and we did. This is not the chart. That we are going to see a push to this area, which is 173. Something I said there is the point of interest here. This is the actual level. I thought that we are going to come up 50% of this week again, and we missed that by a tiny bit, but that's not a problem. We were in a point of interest, so we could have shorted this here. FOMC came, everything plummeted, so I didn't dare to trade anything on FOMC. But this also, if you did not watch this video, go back and watch it, because this was a very, very cool explanation on why I think we are going to reverse. Liquidity was built up, whatever that is. So I think that's very cool yesterday. Go back and watch it. I am, as I started explaining on the video that I just showed you, I am bullish on the Euro USD long term, because if you look at the daily on the high time frame, if you look at this looks very, very nice. The only problem with this level is that we are not in it wasn't formed on the discount. So but I'm still gonna be looking at taking potential long positions at this 4-hour point of interest down here around the 1.059 and 1.055 level. Euro pound, I shorted this thing yesterday on the show. I actually sold it because of the FOMC. So I got out of this. I just wanted to show you, put it here, that this the reason why it's also good to get out, because there was a lot of liquidity. So if you look at it, there is a likelihood of this actually going up. There was a lot of buy side liquidity, and it is coming again. You see what is happening. So it created a lot of liquidity for it to move up now. So what I see is happening is going to come down and then wick through, touch this OB, and then move on. So this is the most likely scenario. I got out of this position. I just wanted to share it with you. I also posted it on my Twitter that I'm selling because of FOMC. But that's what's up. Let's look at our trade. Our trade is rocketing. Yeah, this is going decently. I think follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, thumbs up, and all that stuff. We are actually making a 15-minute high here, so that's super cool. That's a strong. This is gonna be a very interesting trade. Now the thing is that we left liquidity here, so what could happen is that yeah, you see, this is a trap. This is a trap. So I'm gonna stay in because I think we've got a lot of liquidity built up, and it's potentially gonna go up. But we are going to see a push down here, come back to the discount. Yeah, come back to discount, potentially this level as I marked. Maybe this. Oh yeah, actually this was right on the 1 minute, was it? Yeah, on the 1 minute, we're potentially gonna come down here to this level, and then you see these. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. So it pushes through. So what's happening here? What happens is that it pushes through, it creates a 5-minute high. It is consolidating at those levels. On higher time frame meaning now 5 minute, 15 minute, you see that it is like a consolidation. So what happened? Marcel van Bujon, thank you, my man. Thank you for leaving the comment. It means the world, man. It really does mean the world. Marcel van Bujon. I hope I pronounced your name, and I love your picture. Cool. So so what happens is that we have a 5-minute MSS here. We break. So this is the high that we break here, right? So this is the high, and this is the low. We take the low, and then we break the high. So what we see is a reversal, and then we take the 15-minute as well. The only problem is these are not in the these were not formed in the discount zone. So we have to be very careful, because we can just come back up to the discount around these regions and then reverse. That's something to consider. But what is happening is that we are taking the 15-minute high as well, but on the lower time frame it does leave liquidity behind. So that already tells me that, you know, this should be a red light bulb going on in your head and saying, okay, so we have liquidity here, so we have two options. Either, and this is the most likely, is that we are going to come down, take this liquidity. So it is a trap now. So if, you know, people get in long here and they put their stop losses. So if you get in long here and they put their stop losses here, that's an issue. So this is what the institutions and the algorithm is playing on. So what's going to happen probably is that it's going to come down, touch onto some kind of mint, and then move on even more. Or it can just leave it here and reverse from the 50%, or it can just leave it here completely and not touch it because for whatever reason. I don't think that's likely, but that can happen. Anyway, rounding it up, I am taking this trade. I am long. My first target is going to be around 799. 0.7997, and then my next target is gonna be all the way up here actually, because this MSS here on the 4 hour was pretty interesting. And on the 4 hour though, this is also interesting. On the 4 hour though, there's no reason for it to come back down. So this was formed in the all the way in the discount. So this level was the strong level that was responsible for the break. So this double triple break that we had here on this pump was very, very heavy. So that means that my next target is at least 0.802. That's what I'm targeting, and then potentially higher. We will see. I'm gonna sell 80% of my position though at the at 1 to 3, which is like 0.799. Let's look at this. Yeah, I was drafting this up here because we have some numbers coming out in Switzerland at 9:30. Yeah, not much here, guys. Do you want me to look at any coins? I see 5, 6, 7 people watching live. If you want me to look at any coins, this is the time to say it, or you know, don't say it until next time. But I was looking at this because, again, liquidity concept is building up a lot of liquidity up here, and then there is a decent point of interest below that could, you know, push into it and then move on. It is at record highs, so it's like, it's just in price discovery. It's like the highest it was 79 when we were at these levels or below these levels. And there is something I want to show you before I leave, guys, and this is pretty cool. We at Crypto School have a 24-hour live session going on right now, so just want to give you a sneak peek.
Because all that move, I'm not saying so.
I want to give you a sneak peek here. So we have these guys are going on for 24 hours, and I'm also doing a session here. So you gotta go to Crypto School YouTube. Basically, right in Crypto School, you will find it, and we have a lot of events coming up. I have a tweet here from Crypto School. This is pretty cool. Like a lot of people are coming up and doing events. So this is something that you should definitely check out. And if you go to Crypto School's YouTube, Twitter, you will see the full timetable, the schedule, how we're gonna go. I am going to come on with rain. Where is my name? I was on at 4 a.m. this morning already, but where is my name? Where my name? Say my name. By the way, music is missing. Come on, guys. Trade with smart money. Here we go. So we are going to be 11 a.m. GMT, which is in about 6 hours. I think it is. 6 hours. No. It's 4 hours. What am I talking about? What time is it now? It's 9 o'clock. So that's like 9 o'clock is like 7 a.m. GMT. So it's 4 o'clock from now. Exactly. So 4 o'clock from now. Justin is asking, do you think IMX has got more in it before a short? Here's the thing. Do not counter trade. Do not counter trade. That's just honestly what I think. Do not oh, okay. I didn't even know it was a coin from. Why is this pumping? Can someone tell me in the comments why is this pumping? I just saw it on Bubbles as well, like going nuts. And I don't know why. Let's look at Bubbles and see why it's going nuts. Asians are pumping it. BW. I mean, if this is true, you know, then I would be cautious. Can someone let me know in the chat why this is pumping in the comment section? Everything about this price is bullish. Yes, it's like a gaming stuff. I don't know. So looking at this, here's the thing. I would not dare to short any of these because first of all, we don't look at this. What the fuck is this? Don't short it. Don't short it. I mean, it took liquidity mostly, and it's like it's potentially gonna come down. But I mean, what is this? And it is coming down, creating liquidity. You see, so the problem with this is that their TA doesn't work. Like this is not. This is what is this? This is crazy. 40% not even that crazy, but I mean. Yeah, so I would not dare to short it. I would look for the 50%. The problem is that I can analyze this all I want, but it will do whatever it wants, to be very honest. There is liquidity on top, as you see. So if I would have to do an analysis on that, I see there is liquidity on top. We are just creating liquidity, so my bet would... Whoa! My bet, these are like what? These are like 10%, 5% moves, what we see here. No, a couple of percent. So we have liquidity created relatively equal lows and relatively equal highs. What you could potentially do is that you could look at a liquidity sweep to the upside, and then if that happens, look for a lower time frame confirmation and short it. But I mean, why would you? This is also very important, guys. Very, very important, and I want to talk about this because I want to educate as well. Like, why would, I mean, it's not specifically you, Justin, and I appreciate your question. I'm just saying it in general because I get this question all the time with this IMX as well yesterday, not on the sniper workshop, is that, you know, can we just short this? And the thing is, it's not worth it taking all these risks. So you as traders should not rely on taking risks all the time, and you know, and this is massive fucking risk. Like, let's imagine that you're let's imagine that you're in short here. You know, if you're in short here and you have whatever, I don't know if the order book was enough, if there was enough liquidity to fill this. So if your stop was like what, 1%, you probably got like a 4 or 5% stop loss. And if you're at, you know, whatever leverage, that's extreme. So first off, you always have to use isolated. Second is just not a good thing to do, in my opinion. If you don't wanna, if you wanna go full degen, do it. But if you wanna be a professional trader, don't touch it. I have not seen one professional trader who would touch this, honestly. It's full degen gamble. I mean, it's fine, but just keep in mind that it is. And if you want to do anything with this token, go long. So you see, the thing is, you would have seen this if this was not working. So you would have seen a pump and then immediate dump. We saw that in several projects. So we had like an exit liquidity created for whatever investors or VCs or whatnot, and then that's it. But this is not the case here. It is creating decent liquidity. You could actually short this, to be very honest now. So you could actually, on the 15-minute, you could short this. This is a point of interest. On the 15-minute, it has to come down to the 50%. Let's look at the 3-minute. This could be a valid short. Don't do it. Do not do it. But this could be a valid short, you know, and then go down to on the 15-minute. But again, like, you get a 1 to 4 RR, but with a huge risk, very, very big spread. I don't want to risk anything like that, you know. So it might be a great trade, but I don't want to get into it. And that's it. I'm part of a target call group and don't take any of them. Target call group. Yeah, groups might be good, you know, to collect ideas, but that's it. Cool, guys, I appreciate you so much. 40 minutes. We might want to make this like a little bit longer. I didn't even bring you any news and anything like that. I appreciate all your time. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate if you smash the like button, leave a comment. That helps a lot for the algorithm. And see you around, guys. See you on my Twitter. Follow me, and adios, amigos.